Tuesday, the 13th of February. Pretty wild day yesterday. Very, very good friend, member of our team. Many of you may have actually worked with Jen directly. Jen Wade. She was with us for, I believe, between 5 and 6 years. And unfortunately, yesterday she took her last breath. Um, don't want to get into the details of where that all came from, but she was taken off life support right around 10 a.m. yesterday, our time. And life has changed for many people as a result of that. And there'll be many of you on here that may have interacted with her on a business level, and she's going to be sorely missed. So what we do have, her son is son and sister are trying to take care of all the things after the fact. We do have a GoFundMe if anybody feels as though they would want to participate in that. I'll make sure that link is here for everybody to do that. But they've got a lot on their plate now with Jen being gone, and it's a very, 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 very sad situation. So wanted to alert all of those who have interacted with her, who have worked with her, had that opportunity to talk to somebody who I don't ever recall hearing really a negative thing out of her mouth. And I struggled to think yesterday when we were all together there talking with her sister and other member of the team, Karen. We all interact with Karen on the appraisal basis, and we really concluded when it came to attitude is probably one of the most positive people we've ever dealt with. That just was so didn't make a lot of noise one way or the other, but they never had I don't remember her having a frown on her face. I don't remember any of that. Just a person that went about life that was kind of not always in the forefront, but not always in the background either, but right there amongst things and amongst others. And just a damn good person. So she's going to be heavily missed. So also yesterday, same time, the very first hour of my new grandson's life, Gabriel, coming into the world, was the last hour of Jen's life. Those two passing was a very, very interesting day for me to experience. So great day and a terrible day all at the same dang time. Let's get into the market stuff, not to just set that off to the side, but we've got to move forward. We've got to keep going on, and we will never ever forget about Jen. At the same time, we'll keep trudging forward because we know there's needs that everybody has out there when it comes to their businesses, their real estate, to make sure that we are successful in helping you get there. So let's take a look at some of the market data today. We got core CPI had come out. Now, we had a forecast, 0.2%, still going up, right? Inflation is still going up, but it went up higher than what they believed it was going to. The core doubled what they thought it was going to be. So the forecast was 0.2%. Now we're at 0.4. So that is significant. That is a significant thing. So there's this belief that inflation is under control. Everybody said, well, the Fed's saying it's getting closer to 2% and that they'll be able to lower the rates. Guys, this does not look like news that they would want to be lowering rates with, right? Because the only reason they raised rates is to keep inflation under control. But we also know the inflation numbers have been manipulated, constantly manipulated. They're not literally showing the true rate of inflation, but you're really spending money on. They're showing it more on things that they're focusing on and whether or not those are moving. So the index is stacked with things that they can manipulate with monetary policy or control with monetary policy, if you will, and things that we may not spend money on a regular basis. So because of that fact, our inflation numbers are vastly underestimated. Now, there was information that was put out this morning. Scotty sent that to me. He listened to CNBC in the background, constantly got stuff going along those lines. And it was indicated there on CNBC that rent is part of why the CPI spiked, and that no one's talking about the 8 million plus illegal aliens that came across the border and they're driving up that price. People need a place to live, right? So we have the border open, people coming here. What are they going to do? There is a significant amount of them that need to take, well, we do know there's a lot in the streets, and there's, we've got schools being open, and we've got terminals and airports they're putting up barriers and housing people, but that's not all of them. There's other things going on as far as the where they're putting people. Now, the Reserve Bank of Australia, I'm going to show you something that they had to say. They're the first ones to talk about it. They admit that they can't keep up with the population growth because of illegal immigration. It's interesting how this is happening everywhere. It's not just us. It is being pushed all over. There's something going on in the background to coordinate this, that it's happening everywhere. For the Reserve Bank of Australia to be the first to really talk about it, because it's not politically correct or politically acceptable to address this as a problem, because it is a big freaking problem. So take a look at that. You know, look this up. It's macrobusiness.com.au. They're talking about that problem. It's a problem that we have that's not being addressed. It's not something that they are going to bring to the forefront of anybody's mind because they don't want that talked about, right? Too political. Why politics? It becomes such a thing. Think about this. When I was a kid, so I was born in 1974. The only things I remember really from politics that really stand out in my mind: Gorbachev, tear down this wall, and read my lips, no new taxes. Those are the things that stand out. That's it. I don't remember anything else. But look what our kids are being forced to endure today when it comes to politics. Everything's politics. You can't say a damn thing out there without being influenced by politics. That shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't be utilizing that to run lives, but it is being used to run lives. We are being pushed all over the place. So one thing we do know, shelter is being attacked hard right there. That's evidence of what's going on. So if you think, how am I going to get my rents? We don't have a population control to be able to keep the houses that we have in a position where we can even keep those rents low. They're going to be forced up. And if you don't have houses to rent out, you're going to get screwed, guys. You're the ones that are going to get hammered. That's why the hedge funds are buying so damn much. 44% of the housing last year was bought by the hedge funds. They're going to control over 60% if we don't get in there and do something about it. How are you going to do something about it? You're going to buy a damn house and you're going to rent it out. And then you're going to buy another. And we're going to help you do that. And it's not about the damn rates. Let's look at the freaking interest rates, right? Everybody keeps thinking, I'm going to wait till the Fed lowers rates. That is a stupid move. I'm just telling you, I'm not going to hold back on that. That was the dumbest thought you could possibly have, is to wait. Because what's going to happen to the price of housing if you wait? You're going to pay for it one way or another. The other thing of it is you're going to lose opportunity because somebody else is going to have those houses, not you. The other thing is, are they really going to get down there? There's so many people in my space saying, well, by this time we should see rates. Should see. That is hope, guys. There is nothing out there that tells us that's what's going to be. It is pure hope. Hope is not a business strategy. I'm just sorry, it's not. Let's take a look at this. Look at where we're at now. I've been showing you this. We hit those lines. Remember that line that was our barrier? And they'll be like, they think that there's going to be some news that help get us back up there. There could be, but we've got to keep going down as a result. Look what we did today. CPI slammed us hard. That number from CPI showing inflation is higher than what they're trying to control is not good for bonds. If this continues, we could be down in here. We got the 200-day moving average kind of trying to help us out. We got the 100-day moving average below. We've blown through all the other moving averages. Look at all this resistance that's not helping us. All these supports that's not helping us. This is going to become red. I need to turn this green one red. In fact, I'm going to do it right now because that is now going to be a ceiling of resistance. But this little support here has become a ceiling of resistance. Yesterday it was a support. We blew through it. Today, it's now a ceiling. Look, right now this one presently could be another ceiling resistant, not support. If we don't stay above this line here, it will become resistance too. And look, after that, we have a free fall down to 98. That's a big drop. So a couple of weeks ago, I guess it was a week ago Friday, I had a conversation with some folks because we bounced off this. We talked about some rates. Like, there's others there saying it's going to go lower. They were listening to other people that are not paying attention. These guys are going off of hope. They're going off of other metrics that don't make sense. And we fell hard. They shouldn't have listened. Should have listened to what we were telling them. So 100.54, we are now at 98.83. We're within 30 basis points of 200 points off. That would have been 2-point jump in those rates. I'm sorry, guys, but we are not going in the direction that people are trying to tell you. You need to pay attention to those who are giving you data with factual information here. So let's look at a full year view here. So here's my guess. Again, this is a guess, and I've been guessing all along, and these guesses have been right. So this was a guess based upon data that I looked up. Getting down here was a guess based upon data that I had put together on thought process. We listen to a lot of different people more intelligent than myself with respect to markets who've been around a long time. I said we were going to get to double digits for the real estate investor. Right here, we practically did get to double digits for the real estate investor. We just charged a lot of points to keep you away from double digits. If you went to a 0 point, you would have approached double digits. Then we rocketed up here, hit that exact line we talked about, bounced around. Then we get CPR getting into territory that's giving us more reality, but we're still not showing the true reality of it because housing is going to push it higher and higher and higher with what's happening. It could be pushed in here. And then if there's ever any good news to push it back up, we still have this massive, massive line to drop us. I should make that line 50 miles wide because it's that damn thick for them to get through. I don't see us getting back above this. I just don't. If we do, it's going to be purely because of manipulation. If we get above that line, that's when interest rates will get a significantly lower point. But as it sits right now, we never really broke convincingly below 6% for the average home owner. If you look at bankrate.com, they're not showing where we are today. We'll probably show somewhere closer to 7.5 by the time it settles in from today's movement. That's where we are, guys. The person buying a house to live in, if you look at bankrate.com, we'll just do it. Let's just do this right now. I'm going to go and do another share screen. And we're going to go to bankrate.com. And we're going to just scroll to this right here. See the girl on the yellow slide? It says the better rate is waiting. Hit mortgage. Look, 7.1. I think we're punching at about 7.3 by the time this settles in from today, possibly 7.5. That's for the average homeowner. So if Tubman tells you they can get you rates lower for a real estate investor, they are jerking you around thinking that the market might improve so that they can get a lower rate for you. It's not going to happen anyway easy, and it's going to be significant manipulation by the powers that be to make that happen. That's the reality of it. So if you want details, call me. Look for the link. If you know Jen, want to be able to donate and help out there, please. Again, that's for you to do. This is not us telling you to do that. This is for you to do if you'd like. We appreciate anything that can do to help out Kyle as he's going through this, and his sister Shelly, or Jen's sister Shelly. So we appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys on Friday.